Welcome back to New York Viewpoint. I'm Ken Rosato. Public Wi-Fi is just that, public. Using simple software readily available on the internet, hackers can intercept wireless signals at coffee shops, airports, airplanes, or even your hotel room. It's called sniffing, and firewalls or antivirus software cannot protect you. Hackers can steal confidential data literally out of thin air. Please join me in welcoming Kent Lawson, founder and CEO of Private Communications Corporation, and Devjani, Growth and Product Manager of Private Wi-Fi. Gentlemen, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Well, first off, how easy is it for a hacker to tap right in and get onto your computer and tap into your personal information?
It's remarkably easy. All you need is an ordinary cell phone, an ordinary tablet, an ordinary laptop, a little bit of software you can download for free from the internet, and you can turn any of those devices into a hacking device and listen to everything that's going on in any Wi-Fi hotspot, any place in the world.
Even with the firewall up and everything else?
Even the firewalls don't protect it, antivirus doesn't protect it. They only protect your device. All right, antivirus and firewall protect your device, but which is more important, protecting your device or protecting your information? You need to protect your information.
Also, firewalls, they protect it from viruses or malware attacks, but your inbox is refreshing, you're getting data all the time, and that data is not encrypted, it's not secured.
So if you have your, let's just say you have your personal directory, your names
your
and
contacts.
Like I have family members who have in their contacts, I won't say which family member, but this person has one of their contacts they actually have listed as my personal passwords.
Yeah.
And they actually have, and I said, you know, person, you shouldn't do that.
No.
So if they tapped right in, this person has everything,
not
treasure trove.
Yeah, and even if you just sign in to one of your services, your email account or your Facebook or your Twitter, even when you are doing your best to secure it and come up with a good password and putting it in, any hacker could actually compromise that too and get access to that.
So what do you do? What's a person to do?
You need to protect yourself in any Wi-Fi hotspot. Wi-Fi is particularly vulnerable because Wi-Fi is just radio waves, and like any other radio waves, all you need is a listening device, a radio listening device tuned to the right frequency. It turns out you can use any ordinary laptop or phone to do that, and what you need to do is you need to provide encryption in any Wi-Fi hotspot. Your home should have encryption, should, but about 50% of home, even home Wi-Fi, is not encrypted. Or if it is, it's encrypted with WP security, which can be hacked very, very easily. So on any kind of Wi-Fi, you really need to protect yourself with a virtual private network or VPN.
What about if I'm using my phone like a 4G service, 4G LTE phone or something like that?
It's a bit more secure than using Wi-Fi because it takes more specialized equipment. It's hard to hack into cell phones. It can be done. Certainly, we all know that from all the scandals of Fergie and so on. But nevertheless, we all know that can be done. But it's harder because it requires specialized equipment. Wi-Fi can be hacked with anything.
Gotcha. But at least with a cell phone, if one is moving about with their cell phone, you'd have to be moving with the person, yes?
Well,
no?
yeah, yes and no. Now think about it for a second. One of the problems with the cell phone is that you'd never really pay much attention to whether it's using the cell phone connection, which is fairly secure, or a Wi-Fi connection. An awful lot of that traffic is being shoved off from the cell phone connections to the Wi-Fi, which makes it completely insecure again, and without your knowledge.
Yeah, and all these cell phone providers are actually investing in Wi-Fi networks throughout the city so that they can offload their data networks and have people and have their devices automatically switch over to Wi-Fi without the user knowing.
I hate that.
Yeah.
My cell phone, every time I manually turn off my Wi-Fi, it turns on again automatically. It's to keep the pressure off their 3G and 4G networks so that you are forced to use their Wi-Fi,
exactly, because it's so overcrowded. 3G, 4G is really overcrowded, so they're offloading people to Wi-Fi, which is not secured. I can access all your data, and in fact, your phone syncs every couple seconds, right? You have it designed to sync every couple seconds. I can get your entire inbox, your user history, your search history, everything.
Come on, confess, you guys have hacked, haven't you?
For security.
Yeah, see that? No, for security, they say.
The thing is,
Tell me what you've done.
Fascinating news. We set up a staged Wi-Fi network at Times Square. The Times Square Wi-Fi is called Times Square Free Wi-Fi, and we just did Times-Square-Free Wi-Fi. We couldn't keep people off that network. As soon as that network would come out, and I had my phone acting as that network, and everybody would connect to it, and I would see all the information. So let's say you sign on to this network, and that's the real router. I get in between, and I go, your computer or your phone is asking, where's the router? And I say, oh, Ken, I'm the router. And I get all the information.
So you're a fake router?
I'm a fake router, and I turn to the real router, and I go, I'm Ken Rosato. So I'm sitting in between you guys, and all your data is going through me to the router. What do I get? I just get to sit back and see all the information you're doing. You sign in, I see your username, I see your password. It's
So if you're in Times Square and there's a hotel across the street, and somebody's tapping into what they think is the free Wi-Fi that's there of the hotel, you're intercepting everything that's going out.
Exactly.
Let me give you some other examples. Let's assume you're sitting in an airplane. Maybe you're sitting in first class, right? Okay. And so you're sitting up in the front of the airplane, and you're using Wi-Fi. You're in front of the curtain. You think you're secure, and somebody can be sitting in back of the plane and listening to everything that's going on in Wi-Fi. And that stuff is going on. There was the FTC case that was reported to the FTC of somebody who was using Wi-Fi on an airplane, did a purchase with a credit card, and by the time he came back, there were thousands of dollars put on his iTunes account.
Now, you mentioned VPN. Those are the virtual private networks,
virtual private
right?
network.
So how do you set that up? What do you do?
Listen, for one thing, recognize that large corporations have provided VPNs for their employees who travel for a long time. What private there are relatively recently there are personal VPN services. Private Wi-Fi is one of those VPN services. We think we're the best, but what private Wi-Fi does is it encrypts everything that goes in and out of your laptop, your tablet, or your phone, so that even if a hacker like this guy sitting next to me does intercept all your information, is just gibberish, and it makes and you're still protected.
So literally every speck of data, every
single
is
encrypted. We give it bodyguards.
And it also protects people from coming into your phone. So on. It is a much better. It is an important leg of security. Nobody would be using a laptop these days without antivirus and firewall, right? But you also need a VPN. That's something that people need to understand now.
Does it drastically slow down?
Not at all. We've done speed tests, and the biggest load you see is only when you're watching Netflix or some huge video file, and you will see maybe about 10 to 15% drag a bit. But for 95% of the activity, you will see zero drop in speeds. We've done those tests. And the thing is, it's very hard to connect identity theft to your usage on Wi-Fi networks, because people don't make that connection. You might have made a purchase while sitting in Starbucks, and somebody could have gotten your information and hacked into it and used it. You could not make the connection.
So people all over the country who are wondering how their credit card got stolen, and they're thinking, oh, it had to happen when they were at the gas station. This is how very well could have happened very easily.
It is the ultimate. Hacking Wi-Fi is the ultimate stealthy crime, because there's no way that you can know that it's occurring. There's somebody sitting over in the corner at Starbucks, and he's sitting on a laptop or a phone, whatever, and you have no idea whether he's just surfing the web or he's hacking all the Wi-Fi in the area.
So people want to go.
It's happening in phones, in Starbucks, and similar in airports, in motel rooms, and trains.
Go back to your old dial-up networks. Use Ma Bell and use a dial-up. That's the only thing that works. They can't hack into that. So the best thing, go and look up VPNs. Use theirs, if anything.
Private Wi-Fi.
Private Wi-Fi. All right, gentlemen, it's fascinating. Scary, but fascinating. For information on all the organizations featured on Viewpoint, and if you've missed part of the show and want to see it at your leisure, do visit us at 7online.com/viewpoint. We'll be right back with a wonderful book on centenarians. Don't go away. I'm going to go figure out what to do with all this. Private.